Well, good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. Haley, happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday, Dan.
I want to start the show talking about rebellion because I'm in the middle of
It's a
one.
new topic for you, yeah.
Right. Not an insurrection. I want to make that clear. I don't want to be hauled away anywhere. But a rebellion of sorts. I'm a rule follower, right?
Yes.
I've annoyed you in the past in a
You're
lovable manner.
Yeah.
Like you'll try to park somewhere and I've got a million questions about are we going to get towed away or is anybody going to be unhappy with our choices?
Right, like we can't leave the car for 5 minutes in like a
Yeah.
metered zone without paying for it. Like
it's really panicky for me.
You're a good person.
I am a
Dan.
good person. Right. Well, I got a motorcycle. Well, Dad gave me his motorcycle.
Right.
And I talked about that a few months ago. That I was
You're going to learn all these things this summer, like
the
horseback
summer
riding,
of
motorcycle
Dan,
riding.
right? The summer of growth. And I did horseback riding. I got to get back and do more of that. I'm
Yeah.
excited to do that. But I really focused on the motorcycle and learning some things in a parking lot, blah, blah, blah. And I've realized, because Dad gave me the bike now. You know, I still have to get my endorsement and all of that. So I have
But, like,
things
it's
to do
at your
before I can
house.
ride it anywhere. Right. But it's at my house. It's in my garage. And I'm like a whole new person. I'm a rebel. I'm parking in spaces that I'm supposed to be in for 15 minutes, and I'm overstaying my welcome by like 3, 4, 5 minutes.
Wow.
I know. I'm working up. I got a ways to go. I get that.
Baby steps.
It's baby steps.
But you've been inspired.
Well, I've been inspired to do
break
that.
the rules.
The motorcycle is helping me break through. And I thought about, you've got a number of rebellion things that you've done growing up. I mean,
I pick and choose the rules that are worth following.
Well, I think you've got some really funny stories. One of my favorites in your little rebellion is when, your little run-in with the law, when you and your friend were creating an invisible rope. You got to tell the people about that a minute. Because this is Haley's form of rebellion, one of them.
No, yeah. This is
minor. For me, it's big time because the law was involved. Tell them your story.
It was more of like a prank
It's
than
a
like
rebellious prank. Tell them what you
Sure.
did.
All right. I think I was like maybe 14. It was during the summer, so like no one was
summer of
around. We
Haley.
were bored, and my friend lived right down the street, so we would hang out every day. It was very convenient. And one of the days, she had maybe seen someone else do this where they were holding, it looked like a rope. Like two people were miming that they were pulling a rope tight.
Yeah, really laying into it like it's
exactly.
really pulled
like
taut.
it's real, and you just can't
You
see
did
it.
that across a road.
So she thought, yeah, let's do that across the neighborhood street and see if people will stop their cars.
We are not advocating for any impressionable people out there that you do this.
No.
Right?
And it was a neighborhood street.
Okay,
like
quiet
it wasn't
street.
a busy street. There were maybe 5 cars that went past, and
Did they all stop?
they did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that
was
part.
the really fun part, is that something and like they wouldn't go past until we mimed that we were
Lowering
laying
the
it
rope?
down.
The last car that stopped, though, was a police officer.
Yes.
Who asked you to cease and desist.
Do something more productive.
So you did. You went on with your life and did
Yes.
more productive things.
But
that
really,
was...
that's like a social experiment.
Yeah. Well, see, that was fun. I don't have any social experiments to do. I'm really just stretching the boundaries by sitting in the parking spot 2 or 3 minutes longer than I should have. I'm eating pizza without taking Lactaid ahead of time.
Oh my gosh.
really,
That
really
is
stretching
pretty
it.
risky.
And I'm wearing white after Labor Day.
Oh.
You notice that? The people
You
on
are
video
wearing
can't see that,
white.
but my
Yeah,
shorts
white
are white.
shorts.
Startlingly white.
Yeah, they're very bright.
Yes, they are amazing. I've done a really nice job with the laundry. I get the whitest whites, right? So anyway, white after Labor Day. Let's transition into that. Now, we've got a lot of stuff we'll cover on the show. We're going to talk about a ceiling that you did, that the material that you used is something that can go over so many different situations.
It's really cool. I think it's a great option for a lot of people, and you probably don't know about it yet.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about that. I didn't even know about it, and Haley had to inform
Yes,
me.
Dan didn't even know.
Yeah, and when that's the case, you know it's something. So we're going to talk about that and something else. I don't think we've even decided what we're going to talk about yet. We'll wing it. All
It'll
I can
be
tell you,
something paint related.
and it will be amazing.
Yes.
Right now, let's get back to this white after Labor Day thing. I have never known exactly why this rule exists. And in fact, I've always screwed up the rule. I can never remember if it was always wear white after Labor Day or don't wear white. That's how
I never understood like when you could wear white then. Like when is like it not after Labor Day but before? Like when does it turn into before?
You've got this whole weird thing where once a Labor Day has passed, it's
all
now
after.
Labor Day. Most people start the year over, Haley.
So like in January, you wear white again? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, you're looking ahead. No, and I will explain everything. And you know some of this.
Yeah.
So you can chime in with what you know. But we will make everybody aware so that we can all either follow the rule
or intentionally break it.
Yeah. But we want you to break the rule knowingly rather than just on accident. Today, I broke it on accident by wearing white without even thinking about it. Anyway, where in the world does the rule come from? There's a couple of different ideas, and probably way more than that. But let's go to a source that we've talked about on the show, the Farmer's Almanac.
Which we love.
Really love the Farmer's Almanac. You definitely should pick one up. Get it at a magazine stand anywhere. They're really interesting to pick through. A lot of good articles. It's just really fun. But one article that I ran across talks about two different ideas. One, the boring one. And it's this, is that before air conditioning, people wore whites and lighter clothing.
Because it was practical.
In the summer months, right. Because it's practical. And then as the fall kicked in and as winter started to settle in, they went to...
start wearing like wools and heavier clothes, and they're automatically in darker colors. And
So the fashion world, according to this article, this idea, the fashion world said, hey, look what's happening. Let's just make a rule.
Right. Like, let's make it official.
That way, everybody can do what they want as long as they follow the rule and be cool, right? So white before Labor Day is all right. White after Labor Day, not cool. We're going to signal you out and make you feel bad about yourself, right? That's what the fashion world did.
We will shame you.
Right. That's the boring explanation. Here's the more fun one. Really like this one. Because there's so many facets to it.
There are.
Right?
It is fun.
Right. So here's the idea, is that this whole rule or this concept of not even the rule about wearing white after, but just the concept of wearing white in general. Let's start with that.
Yes.
It was invented by the elite of society.
Right.
So that they could feel better about themselves. They could separate themselves from the regular scrubs like us.
Because if you were wearing like a nice linen suit and like a breezy dress.
Oh, you're fancy people.
Yeah. Like you can afford nice material, one.
Right.
You can wear white, which automatically kind of pushes you into I'm not doing hard labor.
Right. You're not laboring like the regular people. Right. You're wearing white even in the fall, which means you can travel to warmer climates and things like that.
Yeah, like you can afford to wear white.
It was like really showing them up. So honestly, the rule started kind of as boy, if you want to demonstrate that you're better than the rest of the people, and who doesn't? I'm not advocating that, but the elite like to do that. They like to rub our nose in it. And so they would wear white and prance around and do all their things, and we'd all feel bad.
No, I think that makes a lot of sense.
So that's what it started as. But then, that's the opposite of what the rule's at now. So we've got to figure out, how does this shift happen? And historians have wondered for millennia. Well, not millennia. Honestly, about 100 years. And I don't even know how many are really wondering, but I've wondered.
Enough.
So I've come up with an idea, and I think I can back it up with a lot of facts. All right? So it started, as we said, it's something that the elite are doing to make themselves feel better. But then something happens that shifts it, that it becomes a bad thing to the elite. What could that possibly be?
You have a very interesting theory.
It's new money. That's what caused this problem. New money. We all know from Titanic, right? The movie, that new money is not respected or even remotely liked by old money people.
Old money does not like new money.
Right. So anyway, early 1900s, all this new money starts happening, right? Again, Titanic.
Right.
What's her name? The unsinkable Molly Brown. She was really obnoxious to the elite people because she was new money. And new money people, they fall into it. They've got the cash. First thing they do.
Wear white.
Oh, man, I'm running out and buying white.
Yeah.
As much white as I can find, right? So I'm outside parading around in my white after Labor Day to let everybody know how rich I am. Well, the old money people look at that and think,
it's so like classless.
Yeah, it's very classless. And it's very much like, I feel bad for the new money people.
Right. That you feel like you have to show off so much.
No, that's not why I feel bad.
Oh.
I feel bad for them because they finally get there. They find the clothes that the cool kids are wearing, and they can afford those clothes, and then they buy those clothes, and then the cool kids say, those aren't cool anymore.
You're wearing those clothes?
Yep.
Now they're not cool.
Man, I have done that with tennis
That
shoes.
is exactly what happens.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. My whole life has been, hey, I can finally get this designer whatever. It's at the Mission store, but nobody's going to know that.
Right.
And then I get to school, and it's no longer cool. That's how the new money people felt.
Yeah, it is a little sad.
Yeah, the old money people decided, look, it's really classless. It's really crude. We're going to make another rule that if you know what you're doing, if you know how to handle your money in a cool, proper manner, you won't wear white to just peacock it around and show everybody how great you are.
It's like Mean Girls. It's like you can only wear pink on Fridays.
Right. So the new money people didn't clue into that. They're parading around thinking they've done something well. The old money people are laughing at the new money people. That's where the rule comes from.
Jeez.
Yeah. It's pretty dark.
Yeah. It's very like Mean Girl-esque.
Yeah. Or mean guy, right? I feel weird being in a conversation that's about the mean girls and all of that. But anyway, that's where this whole rule comes from. And now we can chuck it out the window, right? We don't really adhere to this rule anymore.
Although I feel like people still will point it out now and then, but I don't know if it's like a shame thing anymore.
Right. Well, don't be that person pointing it out because you're being like old money to new money. It's just not cool.
That's true. Yeah.
So go ahead, buck whatever trends you want, wear whatever clothes you want. If you want to paint whatever colors you want, go for it. I'm making a jump there to paint.
What about painters?
I know. I know. You brought this up when I pitched this topic, and I forgot and hoped you wouldn't remember it. Because painters technically do all kinds of work.
Right.
And wear white. So it kind of blows the whole everything I said out of the water.
Maybe that's why the money
know.
people decided it wasn't cool anymore. All these painters are wearing.
I would have thought they would have thought it was cool. We will never know. Those are questions lost to history. We're going to have to just leave that for somebody else to discover. Right now, we got to take a break. We just thought that was kind of fun. That whole white after Labor Day rule has plagued me my whole life. That and wearing green on St.
Patrick's Day?
Yes, I never get that one right
4th of July.
I get pinched all the time. Yeah, there's a lot of color problems I've got. Anyway, we're going to take a break. When we're back, we'll be talking about your ceiling.
Yes.
Super cool. It's going to solve so many problems. If you've got, I'm just going to tip off one of them.
Right.
If you've got a drop ceiling in your basement like I do, and you don't like it like I don't, here is a really easy fix. And you're going to be blown away how simple it is, how inexpensive it is, and what a change it will make. That's all just ahead. Stay tuned.